Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to Looplearning. This is video number 17 and it's a continuation of the previous video. If you haven't watched, please go ahead and do that. The link of all the previous videos in this series is in the description below. Right. Before I get started and I talk about what we are going to do today, you know what I'm going to say. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not and hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload a new video. Right, so as I said, this is a continuation of previous videos. So what do I mean by that? Well, we are going to move ahead and basically we are going to hook up these buttons with VBA code so we get the respective information on this list box. So what we are going to do is, if I click on approve button, the Microsoft Access should go to the PO table, should look for all the purchase orders that has status with called approved, and then rejected, and then order placed, then in transit, then received, then back order. So we'll look for all these statuses, and then based on that we will filter the information and we will auto populate on this particular list box. So the properties of the list box will remain same. I'll do a little bit of change here. For example, the SKU is not visible, so perhaps we reduce the size of type, width of type and date column, but rest will remain same. So that's what we are going to do, and let's get started. So I'll right click here, I'll go to design view, we'll close the form, this form as well. So here we are. So I'm going to open PO form at the same time, and the reason I'm going to do that is because I want to have a correct status information for each stage of the procurement process. So I'll back and forth refer to the PO status. So first of all, let me set the the width of this. I'll go to the main design view. Here we are. So we will change the width, so perhaps to 2.5 and 3 centimeters, and this increase to 3 centimeters. Okay, so that's the change I'm going to do, and we are going to keep the exact same width for each column every single time when we are actually doing the VBA coding. So now let's go to the manage orders form, and I click on approved button on event tab, code builder. Here we are. So first thing, you know what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy and paste the error handling code block. So on error, resume next. Okay, so what we need to do is, we will first of all, we'll give a beep sound. So nice beep sound, so it will be a reflection of something has happened, and then I will continue with my code block. So what I will do is, I will say me.list op.row source is equal to what we are going to do, select statement. So I'm going to fetch the exact same information that we fetched by clicking on this button. So I'll go to the PO tab. So that was PO line ID. Okay, so I'm going to do VB coding perhaps for 1 or 2 button here, 1 or 2 buttons. So I'll do the VBA coding line by line, so please pay attention to what I'm going to do. Why I'm saying that? Because after rejected button, I'm going to do whole lot of copy pasting, because then it doesn't make sense for each button. I'll keep repeating the exact same thing. So please pay attention to what I am doing if you really want to learn. Otherwise, it's up to you, right? Okay, so we want to fetch PO line ID. Then we, oops, why did I close this? Then we want created on, that's what we want. Then we want type. Then we want item name. Then we want SKU. Then we want total price. Okay, you watching? Are you paying attention or not? Okay, then status from which table? Well, we want to fetch this information from table called PO. Now we have to put where clause as well. Now this time we don't have to use two where clauses because we have already done that, as you might have seen in the previous video. If you haven't seen, please go ahead and do that after watching this video. So we'll put where clause. What we are targeting, we are targeting the status here. Okay, where status for the PO, status is equal to what? Well, this is why I have opened the PO form. So I'll click on that. We'll go to the VBA code, and the status is PO approved. That's the status. So any PO that has a status called PO approved, that should appear in this list box when I click on this button. That's what it means, right? So here we are, and here I'm going to paste it just to avoid any error. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is, all right, okay, oh, I forgot one thing. We have to refer to this, my friends. We have to refer to this me txt now viewing. It's very, very important. You will see it in the next video, the importance of it. Even I forgot to do that, so you don't forget. Okay, so we are going to use if condition. If me dot txt now viewing dot value is equal to PO, then you run this statement. Okay, you will understand the importance of it in the coming videos. Don't worry about it. Now let's set the properties of this list box, and we will say me dot list op dot column count. That's the first thing I need to do. And how many columns? 7 columns. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So that's straightforward. Me dot list op dot column heads is equal to true. Me dot list op dot column widths, it is with s, is equal to, the first column is important. We don't want to see it, but it is important. So therefore we are going to hide the first column. So we'll say 0 centimeter. The second column is important, so we'll give the width of 2.5 centimeters. The third column, the third column is type, so we'll give 2.5 centimeters again. The fourth column is item name, so we'll give 7 centimeters. The next column is SKU, so we'll give 3.5 centimeters, or just 3 centimeters. Then we have total price and status, 2 centimeters, and then 2 centimeters. Okay, remember, we can always come back and change the width of each column, and that's what we are going to do. First, we are going to test whether it works or not, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I have to start from the start. Okay, inventory management, purchase orders. We've got the purchase order here. Let's click here. All right, so it works, and you know how I know it? Because it doesn't show any PO. That means it does work. Okay, all right, that is cool. So we are getting information here. SKU total price status is perhaps a little wider, so we can decrease the size of it. Type, we need to increase the size, because then we are going to keep the same size every single time we are going to refer to this list box. So we'll say that state, this is the type, okay, and then total price status SKU, that is fine. Okay, that is good. Okay, next one is rejected. So what is the status of PO in case of rejected? So if I'll click here, it's a simply PO rejected, that's the status. Okay, so let me copy this status and I go to manage orders. I'll go to the event tab and I will come down here. Okay, so you know, the first thing I like to do is get the code block for error handling. So in here we say do cmd.beep. Every time this button is clicked, a beep sound occurs. Okay, then we check the reference block. So if me.txt now me.value is equal to PO, then do cmd, no, not always do cmd, then me dot list op dot row source is equal to what? Select. So this is the second time I'm going to do the coding again. So what do we want to select? Well, we want to select, well, I'm going to refer to this because it's exactly the same thing. So we want to select PO line ID, comma, created on, type, item name, SKU, total price, status. From which table? We want to fetch it from PO table, where status is equal to PO rejected. That's the status. Okay, and then after that we are going to set the we are going to look at some of the properties of the column, such as column count would be 7, me.list op dot column heads would be true, column heads would be true, me.list op dot column width, and we are going to keep exactly the same, 0 centimeter, 2.5 centimeters, then we've got 3.5 centimeters, then we have got 7 centimeters, then we have got 3 centimeters, then we have got 2 centimeters and 2 centimeters. Close it with and if code block. Okay, again let's test it out. It's very important that we do the testing at the same time, so we're doing the quality check at the same time. So approved, nothing, rejected, nothing. So it works, it does work. Okay, now next button. So now I'm going to actually do the copy and pasting as I mentioned at the start of this video, because I don't want to, you know, do the repetitive things again and again. What I'll do is I'll click here, event tab, code builder, and simply I'll copy the code. Which code should I copy? Oh, we can copy any of it, and I paste here. Simply I need to do is change this status information. Rest, everything will remain same, every single thing. So how do I change? How do I know what is the right? So place order. There we go. So SOO is the status. SOO. Oops. I went back. I'm uploading YouTube video for you guys and I'm recording at the same time. I have to do sometimes. So SOO. So if the order status, if the PO status is SOO, then fetch and bring it here. Let's debug at the same time. Save it. All okay. Now let's go to the in transit button. Event tab, code builder, and this time we will copy the code again. Well, this is why I said I'm going to do a whole lot of copy pasting at the later stage of this video. So if you haven't watched how I did the coding for 2 buttons, I demonstrated word by word, line by line, how to do the coding. Okay, so in that case, what I will do, I will change the status here. PO rejected, and this time SIT, I believe that's the status. SIT, stock in transit. So simply we are going to change the code here. In transit, come here, and I will change. Okay, come on, what is happening? Manage orders, in transit, that's it. Change it here. SIT, stock in transit. Okay. All right, we do the copy paste for received. Let's go here, and in here we change the status to partial GRN. Okay, I remember this is the status. Or status is equal to GRN, because either it is partial GRN or it is GRN. It's in both cases. Okay, then we have back order. So in back order case we have the status called BO. So here we go, BO. Okay, alright, let's debug it, save it. I want to verify, I don't want to have any error when I'm testing, so it's better to verify. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it's time to do the testing. So we'll go background, center warehouse, there we go, purchase orders. All right, so approved, nothing, rejected, nothing, order placed, in transit, received. So you can see that we have one PO with this status called partial GRN, so it is fetching the information, and back order. So it is working very well the way we intend that this to work. So that is it in this video. I hope that you have learned something. Even if you have not, please do let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for supporting. This is it for now. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.